Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. I'm really excited today because I'm finally doing my Teri Miyahira March box unboxing. I finally made it here. I have to thank Teri. She's been really wonderful and really helpful, and when I messaged her on Instagram and told her I got the box, she was excited as I was. I'm sure you guys have already seen everyone unboxing this box, but I'm really excited because, you know, I have it and I'm going to do a first impressions of it. So it's a little bit confusing because the card says April, but it is the March box because it was the one that was shipped for March. I'm not entirely sure why this card says April, but regardless, what comes in this box is a highlighter compact. And it's got a really wonderful light gold over here, and it has this really nice bold gold over here. This one's going to be too dark for my skin tone, obviously, but I think that this might work really well as a eyeshadow. So I'm going to try that as an eyeshadow. And this is called the Brilliance Illuminating Dew, and it comes in her really wonderful compact. And on the other side of the compact, there's a mirror. I don't want to show you guys so I don't blind you, but there is a nice mirror on the other side. Also comes with this loose crushed colored dust, and it's in the shade Mindful, which looks like a really nice dark purpley color. It's a loose eyeshadow. My only concern that I have with this is that I've really gotten into loose powder products that come with a locking sifter, and this does not have a locking sifter. The locking sifters are really nice because it helps to keep the product contained when you're not using it. The locking sifters make the products a lot more traveler friendly. Like Root uses locking sifters, Alima does as well, Boon does, so I'm a little disappointed it doesn't have one, but it just means I won't be able to travel with it. And I just need to be more careful of it, and I can't like knock it over or anything. And the final products that came in this box were 2 makeup brushes. It's the number 13 and the number 14. And I'm really excited because I do have 2 other Teri Miyahira brushes, and I like both of them. They're both really soft and they've been holding up well with washings. The 14 is kind of a flat eyeliner brush, I guess you would say. I'm more of a fan of angled brushes, but I think I can work with this one. And it does feel very soft, which is nice. And then the number 13 is kind of a flat brush. It's a little bit longer than my MOTD Cosmetics Pigment Packer, like the actual bristles are longer, but I could see it functioning in a similar way, so I'm going to kind of try using it like a pigment packer brush. And the card says that overall the value of this box is $126, which is really nice. I'm going to go ahead and try out some of these products. So I think what I'm going to do first is start with the highlighter. I'm going to take the lightest shade on my e.l.f. little pointed brush that I always use to apply highlighter and apply this to my cheekbones. And I have to apologize, I do have some acne on my cheekbones. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I used a highlighter that broke me out, and so if you see like extra texture on my cheekbones, I do apologize for that. I'm in the process of healing that up, so. Okay, so this does have a lot of kick up. As you can see, when I picked it up on the brush, I already had a lot of product, so I'm just gonna knock a little bit off before applying it to my cheekbone. That is quite a beaming highlight, I must admit. Wow. I like this a lot, and I really like this color because it's kind of a skin tone color for me, so it doesn't look like I have a stripe of colored highlighter on my cheek. Like, it's not a pink highlight streak or a really gold one or a really champagne one. It's very close to my skin color, but when I get in the light, you can see a really nice glow from it. So I think for me, actually, someone that's pale, this works really surprisingly well. I'm gonna take a little bit on my finger here and apply this to my Cupid's bow. That also looks really nice on my Cupid's bow too. Now let me just go ahead and swatch both of these for you guys. So here's the highlighters swatched on my hand here. Yeah, you can see these are really beaming highlights, and I think this gold will be really nice for someone with a darker skin tone. Before I go into doing my eyeshadow look, I'm gonna grab the Mindful eyeshadow and also swatch this for you here. I like this. That is a nice purple eyeshadow. It's super, super pigmented, as you can see, and it looks pretty matte, which is also nice. It is a really dark purple. I'd say it's kind of like, it's a little eggplanty. That's how I would describe the color. I would describe it as an eggplant color. I've recently switched up a little bit how I've been applying eyeshadows, and so I am going to do a video on that at some point, but what I'm going to start out by doing is first put on my Alima Pure Eye Primer, like I always do, and then I will go in with this gold shade here in the Illuminating Duo. I'm going to pick up the gold in the Illuminating Duo with the Teri Miyahira number 13 brush. And I'm just going to apply this to my eyelid. That applied really nicely as an eyeshadow, and this number 13 brush is working really well. The number 13 brush reminds me a lot of my MOTV Cosmetics Pigment Packer, so I would say this is a very analogous brush to that, except just a little bit longer in terms of the bristles, but it does pack on pigment really well. The highlighter applied very uniformly, it wasn't patchy, and as you can see, it is really beaming and really metallic, which is really cool. To kind of define my crease, I am going to take the Teri Miyahira quad in Believe and pick up this light brown color here on my MOTD Eye Catching Crease brush and just blend that in my crease. I have to be completely honest, the Teri Miyahira eyeshadows are some of my favorite eyeshadows I've ever used in Creating and Go Beauty. They're so pigmented and really easy to blend. This is not the most like coordinated eyeshadow look I've ever done, but my goal here today is to try out all these different products and give you my first impressions. So I'm going to be picking up Mindful on my Furless ME5 brush. I'm just going to apply that to my outer corner and blend into my crease. So I have to warn you, this eyeshadow is super, super pigmented. You want to go in with the lightest amount and then just kind of build it up really slowly. I'm going to pick up the Mindful eyeshadow on the number 14 eyeliner brush and apply it along my lower lash line. I do like the number 14 brush. It does work pretty well. This Mindful eyeshadow is just not my favorite eyeshadow because it is a lot darker than what I normally like to use for eyeshadows. If you go in really lightly and you blend and you're just really careful, I think it does work. And I think if you are someone that really likes a dark smoky eye, a really bold eye look, that this Mindful eyeshadow could be really nice for that. I did go ahead and put on some mascara because I felt like I feel like mascara really helps to tie together any kind of eye look that you're doing. For the final step of this eye look, I'm going to take the light shade of the illuminator once again and pick it up with the No Fudge Just Smudge brush and apply it to the inner corners of my eyes. And that should really help to brighten up my eyes, considering I have such a dark color on the outer corner of my eyes. Yeah, I think that helped a lot. I took the illuminator along the inner corner of my lower lash line a little bit. I took it kind of towards the darker Mindful eyeshadow, and I think that really helped to kind of open up my eyes and counteract the really dark eyeshadow on the outer corners. Overall, I really like this illuminator. I think that this light shade here is beautiful for someone of my skin tone. I think that this gold shade works really well as an eyeshadow. I think the Mindful eyeshadow is really pigmented, it blends well, but just because it's so dark, it's not a color that I gravitate towards, so it's just not my favorite in that regard. And I also don't like that it doesn't have a locking sifter. I prefer locking sifters. Like I said, it's just easier. While I was filming this, I actually knocked it over and like, I had the cap on it, but now like the inside between the sifter and the cap is now just has like Mindful eyeshadow everywhere, so that's why the locking sifters are really nice. And the brushes are really nice. I think I like the number 13 a little better because more pigment packing brushes, the better. The 14, if it were angled, I would love it a little bit more, but it does its job. So for my April Petit Four unboxing and first impression video, I went back and did a review of the previous month's box, so I'm going to do that for this video as well because you guys really liked when I went back and reviewed the March Petit Four box in my April Petit Four box first impressions video. So the February Teri Miyahira box was the first one that I received, and it was a really cool one. It came with this palette, this kind of like Z palette that says Teri Miyahira on it, and it has a really cool acrylic lid that you can lift off, and then it has the actual palette itself, and it came with this blush in Radiant, this eyeshadow in Cheerful, and this eyeshadow in Peaceful. I really love the two eyeshadows. This one here in Cheerful is one of my favorite like gold eyeshadows now. It has a really great pigmentation, and it also stays on my lids really well. I have really oily lids, which is why I'm like so meticulous about priming my lids before applying eyeshadow. And this one just really, when I look back at videos where I'm wearing it, I love the way it looks on me. It just wears really well too, so this is great. I know that they're selling some of these items in the Teri Miyahira shop, and this gold eyeshadow is definitely worth picking up. I really like the dark green and Peaceful as well. I don't get as much use out of it as Cheerful, because Cheerful is just a color that I would wear in conventional beauty. I use the Urban Decay Original Naked palette, and I just loved all the kind of golden metallic eyeshadows in there. And I also had the Lorac Unzipped Gold palette. So you can tell I really love gold eyeshadows. So this one just got some more use. But this one is really nice. I like it along the lower lash line, and it's just cool because it's a very wearable green. It's a, you know, it's not your typical gold brown color. It has a lot of brown in it, so I find it to be a very wearable green color. So I love the color of this blush. I have it on today, and I think the color is a really wonderful kind of peach pink color. It's not too pink, it's not too peach. It's a very good shade for someone with fair skin like me. I think it must be the formula of this, but my skin just eats this blush. Like, I heard a lot that blushes are the first thing that goes on you in terms of makeup wearing off. I hadn't had that much problem with green eco blushes like leaving my cheeks and fading until I tried this one. This one just does not stay on my cheeks. And it's probably because I have really oily skin. I imagine if you have dry skin that this would work really well and stick around longer. I feel like halfway through the day that I need to reapply it, and even when I first put it on, I'll put it on my cheeks, I'll like go do something else, I'll come back and look in the mirror and be like, I know I put blush on, but where did it go? So even in the space of like a couple minutes this fades on me, and I have to really kind of build it up. Like, I had to get the color I have on my cheeks now, I had to apply the blush, I went and put some laundry in, and then I came back and applied more blush because that's just what I have to do to make this work. Like I said, the color is beautiful. Here, I'll swatch. Actually, I should swatch all these for you. So here's the Radiant Blush swatch, the eyeshadow in Peaceful, and the eyeshadow in Cheerful. And as you can see, like these are all lovely, lovely colors. And I believe last time I checked, all three of these products were in the Teri Miyahira shop for individual purchase, as well as the palette. So if I had to recommend ones, I would recommend the eyeshadows over the blush, just because of the fading of the blush. I love the way the palette looks. The only thing that concerns me about the palette is it is acrylic, so you need to be really careful and make sure you don't scratch it. And also, I originally thought about traveling with this, but then I realized the acrylic can crack pretty easily, so that might not be great for travel either. I keep it in the little velvet bag it came in because that protects it from scratching. I'm really excited that she has some of the products for purchase in the shop individually, which is really nice. And then I think it's helpful because even though getting the subscription box is a good deal, you might not want to have the subscription box every single month, and so having the products come into her shop is really great. And also, I should note too that she is switching shipping companies, so I'm not really worried about having shipping problems in the future. And also, she was so helpful that, you know, even if a problem does arise, I trust her to fix the problem. I hope you found this video useful and maybe a little bit entertaining. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. In my case, a thumbs up with a lot of swatches on my hands. And also check out my Instagram. I'll have my handle down below. I'm at naturallybeautifulgirl. And on a note about Instagram, so I am starting a garden plot this summer. My apartment building has a rooftop garden plot, and my husband and I managed to snag one where you reply to the email fast enough. And so I was thinking about doing a weekly post on my Instagram, kind of updating you on the garden plot and how things are going. We're going to be trying to grow a lot of vegetables and herbs. Our thought is it would be really cool to grow things that we can eat. Well, as you can see, I have this like giant aloe behind me, but I am a plant lover. Like, people give me plants as gifts all the time. My husband's like, we can't have any more plants. There are plants all over our apartment. This is my first outdoor garden that I'm going to have because it's the first time that I have a place where I can actually do gardening. So I'm really excited about that. And if you are at all interested in that kind of thing, be sure to follow my Instagram so you can see my weekly updates on gardening. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!